Even as she fumbles for her cell phone, Lacey Simone bobs her head to the music. You are my weakness. You can be my disappointment. Hi, darling, how was your flight? Have you all registered? Blurted out the beautiful blonde, smiling. Hello, sweetie. Flight? The flight was simply terrible. We hit some turbulence over Ohio. I thought I was going to have whiplash. I swear, Glenn Simon Jr. shouted in her ear. So where are you? It's your day off today, right? Yes, thank God, Lacey agreed. Hey, did you at least kiss me goodbye this morning? I woke up and you were like a pecan. Well, you must have had a lot to drink last night. Glenn chuckled in her ear. I hope you didn't drive the car in that condition. These bachelorette parties. But yes, I kissed you. And then he fucked me. Is it true? Don't you remember any of this? Glenn, you didn't do that, Lacey giggled. Okay, what are you doing now? I'm making those roasted pepper wraps that Sharon told me about. Look, you take corn tortillas. I use flour ones. I hate corn ones. They just fall apart, and you take some roasted red peppers and some caramelized onions. Thank God PC Nation doesn't charge us by the minute. Glenn muttered to himself as his wife walked him through the recipe, step by step and ingredient by ingredient. Don't tell Sharon, Lacey whispered into the phone. But I add bacon. Maybe she's a vegetarian. Yes, I know meat is so harmful, but still, so... Glenn croaked into the phone. What are you wearing? Glenn, Lacey giggled again. A naughty boy. Glenn was sure she was twirling a lock of her knee-length blonde hair while holding a cell phone between her ear and shoulder. Her pale pink lips curved into a mischievous smile, revealing small white teeth. Her blue eyes watched the bacon closely as she cooked it. Lacey loved thick sliced bacon, especially with a hint of black pepper. Burns and burns. Grocers on Route 19 didn't always have thick-cut black pepper bacon, so whenever possible, Lacey always grabbed 2 12-ounce packages. She would freeze one and immediately open the second one and prepare a dish with meat. So... I wore these black cut-off shorts, the ones with a low rise. Lacey chuckled. If Lacey had any faults, it was her short, stocky legs. Her skin was ghostly pale. She didn't sunbathe. She burned. The black denim shorts she was describing showed off her pale legs and showed off an almost obscene amount of her plump buttocks. And my whole ass is sticking out, Lacey continued to wheeze into the phone. Oh, this skin is so cold. You know I have to sit on a bar stool in these shorts. I prefer plastic chairs. Vinyl, Glenn corrected. And I put my hair in 2 ponytails. You know how much you like it when I do my hair like that, Lacey continued. Glenn heard something scraping and assumed she was removing bacon from the pan. Yes, he liked it when she wore her long blonde hair in 2 ponytails. The one time he messed up and called them names. Lacey immediately let her hair down, giving him a searing look. It took 3 months before she started styling her hair that way again. And I put on my Cabrini High School t-shirt. Let's go, Cavaliers. Go forward, defenders, Glenn said, smiling. Glenn didn't know how tight a t-shirt fit when Lacey Peterson was a student at Dygard Catholic High School in Louisiana. But 7 years after graduating from high school, the t-shirt fit her chest like a second skin. After numerous washes, the t-shirt became very thin and transparent, and when she was excited, everything was visible through the t-shirt. When she pulled the hem of the shirt down, the shadow of her navel could be seen through the fabric. But most of the time, the hem would ride up on its own, revealing her 26-inch waist and adorable little belly button. Do we have balsamic vinegar? Apple cider vinegar must be good, huh? Lacey asked. I just bought this big bottle 2 weeks ago, Glenn said. Oh yeah, but I think I'd rather try apple cider vinegar, Lacey said. So, where are you? Glenn asked. I'm in the kitchen, Lacey said. What? Do you think I cook all this in the living room? In our kitchen? Yes, sure. Where else could I? Lacey said. Really? Because I'm standing right here in our kitchen and I don't see your cute ass or anything anywhere, Glenn said. What? Lacey squealed. No, you have that conference in, how is it, New Jersey? Like I said, we hit some turbulence and were rerouted, and that would have put us 5 hours behind, so I just decided to screw it and went home. Glenn, I can explain, Lacey babbled. It doesn't mean anything, it's just, I ran into him last night at Vermilion and... The 1st of April, Glenn whispered, walking back to the hotel bed. But I guess the real fool is me, huh? He interrupted the conversation and lay staring at the ceiling. Why do all motels have such ugly ceiling tiles? The ones that were directly overhead even showed streaks of water. He was supposed to say that he was in their kitchen, and she would turn around and say that she didn't see him. He will then say, April Fool Day, and they will both laugh. But her screams and mutterings about how he shouldn't have been there interrupted him. I'm probably the fool, Glenn thought wearily. His cell phone rang. It was a call from his wife. He lay motionless while Goldfrapp's lovely 2CU played. A moment later, the song faded as the call went to his voicemail. There was a knock. Glenn wearily rose to his feet and opened the door. Ronnie Edwards, his immediate superior, stood holding a rolling suitcase in one hand and a bag of clothes slung over his shoulder. Glenn stared at him in disbelief. You won't believe it, Ronnie said. The conference was canceled. Not enough participants signed up for it. Great! Only great, Glenn sighed. Just as Glenn was about to close the door, Ronnie smiled widely and said, April 1st. Hey, meet me downstairs in the living room in 30 minutes, okay? Patrick Turner and Jeff are already there. They said there was a steakhouse that we just had to visit for lunch. Glenn's wife's ringtone started playing again. Glenn nodded his head and closed the door. He wondered if a shower would help him feel more human, or if he should take a nap. The early morning flight had been quite rough, and he felt sleep-deprived. 30 minutes, Ronnie shouted through the closed door. Subscribe to our channel so that your second chaff doesn't cheat on you, and go ahead and listen to the next story, because this story is nothing compared to the next one. If you're under 18, don't even think about listening to the next one.